So I had to stick with rapping. My life is hella deep, dog. You couldn't even fathom. My goals are like Twitter. You can see I'm staying at 'em. I'm trying to be the GOAT every day.
All right. Hold on. I didn't put the damn thing. All right. Hello? Okay. All right, Friday. What's happening out there as we get you ready for another day in the NBA, and God knows what else is going on here. Horse racing, golf, and a bunch of other shit here. So we have a ton for you today. Yes, it's a Friday, and yes, it's only one NBA game, but Ben, things keep rolling here on the channel. Things keep rolling here. Positivity. The Discord is on fire. The chalkboard app, as you can see again above everything here for you. News God is in the house already. We're looking to pull the trigger on Brandon Katz. It's a good day.
It's a good day. Happy Friday, friends. Yeah, we're gonna try to end the week with a banger here. See what we can do. I'm ready to go. I know you're feeling good. Look at Hutch Boy. See, that's the kind of momentum we need right off the bat. My man. We appreciate you. You know, we see you in chalkboard doing some work. Very generous. Not necessary, but we appreciate it.
Love that. Absolutely.
That's the good mojo that we need.
For sure. For sure. No, I absolutely, man. You and I have concocted 2 straight winning parlays on this show. And I don't mean community parlay.
Yeah, we got to get that right.
Well, that's the thing, though. That's like you're backed into a corner because you have to kind of play. But when you and I have the true freedom to color outside the lines, we create a masterpiece, unlike stuff seen maybe by Picasso. So
Picasso. That's lofty, but I like it. You should have seen me trying to give my community parlay yesterday. A true disgraceful effort. So
what were you doing betting baseball?
No, I couldn't even get. I tried to bet a baseball game that wasn't even on the slate, and it was a mess. Wake Forest did win in college baseball, though. That was the only good thing. But no, I'm ready to go. The golf is an epic disaster. I'm here with my people. We're ready to go.
So we don't talk a lot about this. We're going to hit the NBA real quick, but Pete Alonso on our OddsShopper premium tool. And mind you, you have a week free. I don't know when this is going away. So I'm going to keep reminding you that you better jump on this now. If you don't believe this thing is working, I just hit another parlay on the parlay video last night. I mean, it's like, I don't even know what to do anymore. Seriously. I feel like this is the Jordan shrug where I'm looking over to you, right? Magic Johnson in the broadcast. And I'm just like, I know there's Cliff Robinson, all the haters on YouTube, like, what's up with this guy? I don't know. I don't know. It's the tool. I can't be this smart. Trust me. But anyway, speaking of which, Pete Alonso has been hanging up here with double-digit ROI for a little bit. And it's not often, Ben Rasa, that we have a home run prop to even look at, let alone give out on this show. But we have a couple, including Pete Alonso. Now, Anthony Rizzo on Unibet if you can get there, but Pete Alonso has been hanging around here, and the number is the book has shifted, but DraftKings and BetMGM, pretty good number there for Petey Pistol, taking on the Guardians. Was it Cal Quantrill tonight? I'm going to take a little shot at that. In fact, I even gave it out on the Discord.
Okay, starting with a
quarter unit play.
Starting with a little baseball, are we?
No, I just wanted to highlight that because we normally don't give out home runs, right? But you have a couple on the tool right now from Alonso to Anthony Rizzo to Alex Bregman that makes some sense. But Pete Alonso is right there at the top of the list. That's all.
So, yeah, those are few and far between when you see them.
Exactly.
If that's your market, you definitely want to jump on them. So I have no problem with that. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. You know, not only is Celtics game 2 tonight, but Golden Knights game 1 is tonight, after the 5-4 overtime game from yesterday. But yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. The Nuggets game was interesting last night. I really liked the under, and that did get there. I was happy about that. Props were solid. Yeah. Where do you want to start, my friend?
Well, I mean, outside of where I did start.
Well, no, I separate your home run calls. You know, that's just I don't know what that is. It's something, though.
Mac, you don't need to. The beauty of parlays is that or home runs, that you don't need to parlay these.
No, he's going car shopping.
Okay.
Push it to the limit.
Look, nothing wrong there. Nothing wrong there. I think tonight you're going to see again return to what we saw, what we expected, which is not going to be Miami winning game 2. I don't think that I just don't think the Heat do that. It's going to be really tough for Miami to win multiple games in Boston, despite Boston being 4-4, I think, in the playoffs this year at home.
Just terrible.
They are, but it's almost as if they're the Kawhi Leonard of basketball teams, where it's like, it doesn't matter where Kawhi Leonard plays. It doesn't matter what the surroundings are. Like, he's the same exact person, right? Like, he's the same temperament. He's the same everything. He's Kawhi. Like, he's just Kawhi, right? The Celtics are that. Like, the Celtics are not going to be rattled or have any issue playing in Miami or Denver or LA, wherever that may be. So I wouldn't panic the fact that they're down 0-1 and that they'll probably be 1-1 heading back to Miami. Like, oh, Miami's, switched the pendulum here. But I think this is a Celtics win. Like, my build would be Celtics cover, not with Jason Tatum. So probably a couple of unders here with Jason Tatum, looking around at that. I'd imagine that a guy like Al Horford may pop for some overs, which may mean a guy like Marcus Smart may be under. Derek White may pop for some overs. So I would be looking more at that, like that, Ben, and taking some of the stronger Celtics plays and kind of building around that.
I'm with you. I went a different, again, you saw this in Discord last night, and I don't do this a ton. I think you have to pick your spots with this, but I found the Wake Forest game, and I actually rolled Celtics money line into them as a parlay piece. So I have that kind of settled already. I agree. I think the Celtics are going to start fast. I was fortunate enough to have the first half for the Celtics in game 1. I like the first half for game 2. The one thing you mentioned it, the Celtics have been garbage at home for a team of that quality. But the one thing you can say that they have done well is respond. Right. Look at the scores in the games after disappointing efforts. There are 20 and 30 point beatdowns littered with these teams. So the Celtics have done a good job in not letting it snowball, even though there's no excuse for dropping so many games at home.
Yep. That's the thing, man. I don't have any, like, it's almost as if, and this is truly matching up with the OddsShopper premium tool that does not require any previous or game logs or any history, what have you. It's just looking at it individually, but it's almost like you have to look at each Celtics game like that. No matter where it's being played, whatever the series is. Look, they're down 3-1. That's a different story here, but the bounce back is certainly expected, right? And Mac, absolutely. I'm not telling you how to spend your money, all right? You want to sprinkle on that? Go ahead and sprinkle, my friend. We'll give you a couple home run props to sprinkle. So looking at this right now, Gabe Vincent, Kevin Love, these guys are popping as unders here, which would make sense, right? Guys that are expected to play star. This could get bad. This could get bad for Miami tonight. This absolutely could get bad for the Heat. And we saw that with Philadelphia, and we saw that even in the first round with Atlanta. Now, granted, Atlanta hung around too long, but it could get bad. So when you start to look at a couple that pop on our tool, Ben, it's unders for Miami, right? Max Strus under 2.5 threes. Kevin Love under 12.5 PRA. His rebounds prop was popping earlier when I was doing some work on the OddsShopper page. And Gabe Vincent under 16.5 PRA. So most likely, with how we like this game, those three would play out. But the good news is that they're beating the market rather significantly if it's either price or number that you're playing.
Yeah, so that is a nice thing. It's always, again, what you think about these props, justifying it is really irrelevant because the market is showing you the path anyway. But it doesn't hurt to be like, oh, I objectively think that, Kevin Love, under 12.5 at even money could be, not even just phased out, but just have a pretty quiet game. And we've seen that at multiple times. He only played 16 minutes in game one. He was just stupid effective. He was 2 of 3 from 3, as was basically the entire Heat team. If you want to look at why they won the game, they shot over 50% from 3. That's not going to happen. Boston is a top 5 defense in opponent 3-point percentage. So I don't think Miami's going to be able to replicate that. And that could come at the detriment of Kevin Love, at the detriment of Strus's threes, which is under 2.5 as one of the top bets on the board.
I'm telling you, man, there's something to this game with Boston, how they get to this pathway without Jason Tatum dominating. I don't know if you subscribe to that secondary piece, but I know we're both on the first part of it. And then Miami, and I think people believe this concept that Jimmy Butler refuses to quit, and he's in everybody's ass, and they could get beat up, easily get beat up. Jimmy's minutes could get limited. Guys could get limited here. Like Bam was unstoppable. Do you anticipate that, right? Like Bam's not popping on our tool right now. I don't see, at least on the first page, but he was a guy that was just unstoppable. He could bring the ball up. He could do whatever he wanted last game.
Yeah, I mean, listen, they had an explosion offensively. There's no doubt about it. Miami's a good team. They've shown they can handle it, but at the same time, don't think it's going to be that easy all the time, certainly offensively. So I'm glad that I'm seeing a lot of unders on the board for Miami. You've got the Kevin Love, you've got Strus, points, rebounds, assists for all these guys are there. And then it kind of flips to some of the guys on the Boston side, Al Horford, Tatum, the Celtics first quarter money line, which is definitely more of a parlay piece. You can find -200 or better. So I'm not, I'm not going to overreact. Jimmy Butler is incredible. There's no doubt about it, but it's not like the market doesn't know that. So everything is priced accordingly.
It's not up here right now, but it was when I jumped in. In fact, it was a Discord play that I gave out because I liked it so much. But Marcus Smart under 22.5 PRA was popping for us. Now, look, I used the boost on FanDuel to bump that up, so that's fine. But it was already beating the market, and it was already the best play on FanDuel. Point being is I can see correlation here, right? Like Derek White. I don't know where this play was, but earlier in the day, this was over 8.5 points, was an absolute smash. So the market may have adjusted as a result. But I saw that and I thought, all right, well, Derek White and Al Horford are going to be guys that I think I can get over with. Marcus Smart and Jason Tatum, guys that I think I can get under with. And even Jaylen Brown in kind of that middle ground, I think I can target probably more overs than unders.
Yeah, I'm on board with that. Again, I think when you look at this game, you have a pretty good idea of what we want to do, and now it's just, can we find the right numbers? That's something that I think is a little under talked about, and obviously we talk about it here as much as possible. There's times where I know that I want to make a bet, but I can't bet it because I can't find the right line. And you can't force it. Like if the market is saying there is no value here, unless you're saying I see something different that trumps that, you have to kind of, or you should at least try to resist those urges as hard as it can be at times. So like for these Celtics guys, I think you spelled it out perfectly. There are peripheral secondary guys from Derek White to, you know, whoever, Horford. If the numbers appear, I'm going to jump on them pretty quickly.
So I got a little, we had the TikTok out, or no, it's not TikTok anymore.
No.
I think it's just YouTube Shorts.
You've
right?
already banned us there.
Don't blame me. All right. All I know is I heard from Nathan that we're banned from TikTok. And I'm like, really? I don't even know if I cursed. I certainly didn't offend anybody or anything along those lines.
I might have reported, yeah.
You probably did. I created this little concoction for YouTube. Hey, man, yesterday's got like over 4,500 views, man. So at some point, you're going to have to acknowledge this. All right. I know you don't. You're waiting for it to die. But I put this together. All right. It's plus 825. Jason Tatum under 29.5 points. Al Horford 2+ threes. Derek White 10+ points. And I am going over in the game total 214.5. So the one thing that doesn't really work as far as correlate with all three of the four legs would be Tatum. But again, I can easily see a pathway in which Tatum scores 24, 25 points. The Boston Celtics roll. Derek White, Al Horford are a big part of this, and then the game goes over 214.5. So just want to come out with a little madness here. It's Friday, all right? Break the monotony of the work week and give you a plus 825 4-leg same game parlay on BetMGM. That's all.
That's all. That's what we need here. Yeah, that's right. Hydrate. What do you got in that cup? Vodka?
Parlay juice. Did you see parlay the video this morning?
little secret, like Space Jam, the secret sauce.
That's right.
Yeah, smart.
Oh, I don't normally influence the community parlay, but don't vote over the total tonight. I would not. And hockey personally, but that's just me. Whatever.
That's not going to win anyway. People aren't going to do that.
I got a better play in that game.
Yeah, me too.
I might tank the community parlay with my play. Oh my. Is there anything else in this game here before we bounce around, see what we can put together? Again,
so let me indulge you because it's Friday. I'm going to try to be a nice guy. I'm going to say your favorite word. Is there a guy that you think maybe, particularly on the Celtics, would be a good ladder candidate?
Yeah, I think so. I just need to find what his number is as far as if it's still 8.5. Like, honestly, the first person that comes to mind would be laddering Derek White's points, because I think we can get a decent break when it comes to, but he still needs to be at 8.5 because then there's a small gap. All right. So he's up to 9.5, right? So now there's no break, as you know. 9.5, 10 points. It's the same thing. Let's start there. Even money to score 10 points. Okay. So we start there.
Okay.
There's no 12 points, right? So 15 is the next play here. And he moves to plus 490, which is probably what, a little over 5-1 number that probably should exist. But where can you get? I thought you could get 12 points. Let me see. Hold on.
I'm looking at all threes.
Exactly. Were you going all threes for Derek White?
No, just somebody.
I can't even get alt points for Derek White. That's how bad this is, man. That's how low in the doldrums this is. All right, I'll give you this. You want to go threes? We'll go threes.
I don't want to. I'm just looking. Like a Jaylen Brown, but the numbers are really not great. They know because Boston shoots so many threes. It's kind of a pick your poison. We saw this with Brogdon in games. We've seen this.
He's the guy I was looking at.
But it's very difficult to nail down.
The numbers haven't even adjusted for Al Horford.
Yeah,
Honestly,
I mean, yeah.
if you wanted to take a risk on somebody, it would be all right. 3 threes for Derek White is plus 310. I don't hate that, to be honest with you. I really don't hate that. His over-under is 1.5, right? So where you look at 2 threes for Derek White, you're going to get minus 110. So I'm actually okay right now going 2-3 for Derek White. If you wanted to get a little crazy, just a little crazy here. I don't necessarily think it's wild by any means, right? But it's a little bit. You could start simply with 2 threes for Jimmy Butler at plus 160 and take a small chance at him at plus 550 for 3 threes. We know that he is shooting exponentially more in the playoffs, Ben, from 3 than he ever is in the regular season. Jaylen Brown, I mean, look, are you going to bet Jaylen Brown even money 3 threes? I don't hate it, but the jump to 4 is 295. I don't think I'm going to bet anybody tonight to make 5 threes.
Yeah, again, looking at the numbers, we're just searching. It's a scavenger hunt. I don't really see anything. I'm not going to take an over on a Heat player for alt threes. I don't see that. I think Boston is really going to clamp down from behind the arc. Miami shot out of their mind in game 1 from 3, and I don't see that happening here. So it would be Boston or pass. And I think it's a pass because we can't get the right numbers, or at least the numbers that I view as right.
Well, you're not going to get any numbers that are going to have a plus 320 or plus 550, right?
I mean, you really have to like pump it, like Tatum 6 plus threes is plus 475. That's a lot of threes.
Where do you see 6 plus?
On DraftKings.
Okay. Do you have the 12 plus points on DraftKings?
For Derek White?
Just in general. Because that would be a little intriguing to me.
They have Derek White 15 plus points at plus 370.
I'm not taking a shot on him scoring 15.
Okay. They've got
I'll give you my favorite play on the board, all right? And then we'll look at some other stuff. Now this is not from OddsShopper Premium, unfortunately, but that's fine because you can still until we are able to shop. It's moved. It was at 160. It's now up to minus 175. I realistically think that look, 180, 185, maybe 190 would be. I would not lay 2-1 on this. But Jaylen Brown's turnover prop should not be at 2.5. It should not be at 2.5. And I'm telling you to bet this isn't over. If you want a parlay piece, that's fantastic. I may just jam it into the community parlay just to do it. But that is way too low. He's going to hit 4 to 5 turnovers tonight. He turns the ball over. He's Julius Randle on the Celtics. Turnovers.
Yeah, I mean, he's had a bunch. He had 6 in the last game. 3, 4, 3, 1, 4, 1, 4. A lot of big numbers in there.
Look, just something to think about. All right.
Anything for so I just want to ask you real quick before, again, we're going to bounce around today. The Celtics are sitting at 9. Obviously, like everyone, we think they win. Do you have any interest in laying the 9 points? Because I think it's a fine bet tonight to just take the side. They've shown they can really, really put together a full 48 at times, and then they look clueless other games. But like, it's not covering the number hasn't been a problem for them.
Yeah, I don't have a problem this game. Depending on where you're looking, it's now at 9.5, right?
Has it moved really?
Well, DK has it at 9.5 where I am. I don't have a prop. Yeah.
Oh, wow. It's moved to 9.5 everywhere.
Yeah. BetMGM where you can do 12 points. Thank you, Matthew Scarberry. I am interested in that. I'm interested in a 12 plus point play for Derek White. All right. So just keep that in the back of your skulls out there.
Okay.
Now, to your point here, I feel like this would be the game to do it. If they won game 4 and they came back as a 9.5 point favorite game 5 in Boston, I'm not laying that number. But the circumstances of them losing game 1 and firing back, again, first half, probably somewhere in that first half game, I don't have a problem with it, but I'm not personally doing it. I could see it in my brain. Butler and Bam on the bench for the entire fourth quarter. They're getting blown the hell out. But I also don't want to. I just don't want to physically fade Jimmy Butler right now. I just don't.
I mean, that's fine. This is the type of game. I think at 9.5, you're best to sit back. I really don't see the Celtics going down 2-0 if they start slow. I don't think they're going to. I will probably pick this up live. If you give me the Celtics like -5.5, -6.5, they're losing early or something like that. I think they're going to play well tonight. But yeah, we'll see. Obviously, the Heat have shown they can win on the road, but I think this is a tough spot.
25-1. Derek White, Jimmy Butler, 3 threes each.
I don't. Jimmy Butler's not hitting 3 threes tonight.
Hey man, just letting you know.
He's not.
All right, you want to build parlay here, my friend?
Oh,
what
yeah.
do you want to do? Do we miss? Oh, promos. Let's hit some promos, then we'll build a parlay.
Tatum under 30, Brown over 34, Strus under 13. Yeah, Bill Miner. I think that looks, knowing that you have a lot of different legs in there, just looking at that, I think that looks fine.
Yeah, no issues with me.
Thoughts on Al Horford tonight? What are your thoughts? You're the Al Horford whisperer.
I'm not going to bet him outside of like, maybe I would and the tool says no. So maybe I would do something like Strus and Horford threes or something like that. But I don't want to bet. I just don't want to physically bet Al Horford. I don't.
Over 6.5 rebounds at -112 is the best bet on the board for Al Horford.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that's about.
I thought you were talking about threes. No.
I'm sorry. Yeah, just in general.
All right, so we got a couple of here, right? Let's look at this. A lot of NBA, some MLB here as well, which I actually played on my NRFI video. So exactly, Mike, hit that thumbs up button, please, if you can. Reminder, this free trial for you on the OddsShopper Premium tool is below. We're using this throughout to win as we keep building parlays and winning. That alone should be worth a free week for you. 2 quarters, 4 dimes. Butler 25, Tatum 25, Smart 4 assists. Move from 100 to 150. And then you have Jason Tatum 25, Jaylen Brown 2 threes. I don't like the Tatum part in that, to be honest with you. And the last one is Tatum 2 threes, Brogdon 15, Celtics by 9. Of the 3 NBAs, I think I'd actually be more intrigued by the bottom one than anything else.
I go to the DraftKings one. I like the Celtics in the game tonight. I kind of like the over. Those numbers, just eyeballing it. Jaylen Brown's threes shouldn't be a problem. Tatum's points, that's pretty generous, and you're getting plus money, so I'm good with that. Is MC? Oh, here he is. Let's say MC's in the chat. He says DK Superstar Boost is a must bet with a 52% chance of hitting a 22.9 EV. Yeah, okay, so that's good. That's the one I just talked about. The other one's a wash. I don't know what to do with. You like the BetMGM one?
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't like these are put together ahead of time, so I understand there's math behind them, but I don't trust that. I don't trust this. I don't trust Rachel Nichols telling me to bet a 4-leg parlay when she's on a national radio show saying she has no idea how to bet. So these pre-packaged shit, like the DK After Dark, you have the option of yes or no.
Well, that's an auto bet. You should bet that no matter what. Just if you don't know what to bet, like me, just flip a coin. It doesn't matter.
Well, I would tell you to bet the NRFI and actually
bet no.
that.
But you'll be profitable over time doing either one. It doesn't matter.
Correct. You just want to win tonight, short term, take the NRFI.
Okay.
Look, Sandy's on the mound.
I'm trusting you.
Decent matchup for Alcantara there. Desclafani can be train wreck material, but Miami on the road, not going to do much, especially in that first half of the inning. So actually have a really good shot for Desclafani to get through that. I would go NRFI. All right, so there you got it. 4 promos.
Not bad. We had been on a rotten run of it. I thought the promos lately have been way too complicated. Like 6, you need this, and this, and they didn't grade out well. I think tonight you have some pretty good ones.
FanDuel, depending on where you are, because I saw I want to make sure I got it, Rich, in the chat. So depending on where you are, FanDuel gave out a profit boost for the NBA and a WNBA profit boost, 100%,
nice.
50%, whatever across the board. I think it was 100 for NBA, 50 for the WNBA. So NBA is simple, right? You just go back to the tool, you sort by XROI, you say, all right, what's the top NBA play right now on FanDuel. The top NBA play right now on FanDuel, you have to maybe search and find it. But whatever that is, boost it because you're going to get 100% boost on that. So it's not going to be Max Strus over 11.5 points or Malcolm Brogdon under 15.5 points. Whatever you like better is fine. Just flip a coin or make a decision and boost that 100%, right? That's easy. That's simple stuff. The other is the WNBA. I took the Washington Mystics home dog to open up the series. Like them to win outright, but I'll just take the 2.5. All right.
Yeah, listen, I did not, I would compare it to Penny as I always would and see if that checks out. You got, what'd you say, the Mystics?
I did.
Okay. There you go.
At the time it checked. So who knows what's changed.
Some heat love in the old chat. I get it. Listen, Miami's been impressive, but I think it could get ugly tonight. Or, Miami's proven that spot wrong many times. I thought game 5 against Milwaukee was going to get ugly. And it did for 3 quarters, and then they still lost the game. So
I know. News God's got the NHL boost. I did not have that NHL boost.
Yeah, there's some boosts.
I did have an MLB boost.
Yeah, and Steven in chat was saying that the plus 300 boost on a home run. I think Judge makes for a perfect play there. Yankees favorite on the road. He's been.
Well, what about Alonso? I mean, my God, Alonso is
do that
popping
too.
left and right.
You can do that too.
The first part of the show.
I was here. I was just taking it all in,
All right. As far as the NHL boost, before we get into this parlay stuff here, you do have this boost tonight. You want to use it. I don't know where you stay. I'm personally I just don't want anything to do with the total. Did you see that fucking game last night? This was insane. No. Insane. So you know me, I'm holding this futures ticket for the Panthers, right? I'm paralyzed. I can't do anything. Yes, that game.
I almost caught it in the. I mean, it was a couple more overtimes away where I would have woken up and just watched the end live because. What did it end at? Like 3 a.m?
So yeah, my kid was up the day yesterday. My kid was up at like 5:30, 6, 7:30, like just up all day up. I was trying to stay up and I passed out for the Nuggets game. I woke up with about like 5 to 10 minutes left in the third period. And the final leg of my parlay of the day video was Sebastian Aho going over 2.5 shots on goal. Well, he happened to be stuck at 1 shot on goal at the end of regulation. Overtime comes, he gets 2, we go crazy, the thing hits. Then we start watching. There was a guy in our Discord, Ben, who had a monster ticket that needed 2 shots from Kachuk, right? So he got 1 in all of the overtimes, right? He just got 1. And then finally, as you know, he got that second one on the game winner. Can you imagine living that sweat where you're just like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm going to lose on this. I'm going to lose on this. And what, like 10 seconds, 12 seconds, whatever seconds left to go in that final frame. Bang. And there's Matt Kachuk right there giving high fives in the locker room.
It was, again, I only saw the highlights. It looked like a crazy game.
What an awesome game.
Yeah, that's a big one. That's worth more than 1 win, honestly. Yeah.
Yeah. I got to be honest. Man. Those guys on the TNT crew. Have you seen this show? They're really funny. They're
like
real
Subban and them.
It's so it's Gretzky.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah,
they
good. Were hilarious. Well, last night they're on fumes, right? So they finally go over before the final overtime. They go over to Gretzky, and he's just like, "All right, guys, this is enough. Like we've all seen some hockey now, but it's about time we all go home." And it's Wayne Gretzky. Like, what are you going to say to that, right?
The Hurricanes announcer, I don't know if you heard that, after the third overtime, he apologized to the state. He was just like, I'm sorry. This is just this is too much. But yeah, we get, like I said, I'm going to take a peek at the NHL board real quick. There's a couple guys for anytime goal scorers tonight that grade out okay.
Yeah, there are.
Wyatt Johnston. 4-star, interesting, and no surprise, all on FanDuel. FanDuel has by far the best to score goal props.
Absolutely. All right. Anything you want to? You love those guys specifically?
I mean, I don't. The numbers are the numbers.
Okay. I didn't know if you wanted to give a name out.
No, I like the Knights in the game, so that
Okay.
doesn't help my cause because their goal scorers don't grade out as well in the
No.
market. Mass super boost. Jaylen Brown to make his first field goal attempt against Heat. Any merit to that boosted? Yeah, I mean, if you're getting plus 170, you should do that.
By the way, I love Dallas tonight in regulation. So
Oh no, I'm against you there.
Tie no bet, actually, is what I looked at. All right. So let's go to Parlay Builder here. Let's go to DraftKings. Okay? Let's go to DraftKings. And you and I have had a nice little modicum of success, to say the least, here, right?
Been good.
So let's do this, Mike. Let's take everybody but Gabe Vincent out, and let's start there. See what Ben has to say about that. All right. So the number one play that I have here in the NBA on DK for us tonight is Gabe Vincent. We've got a 56% chance of him staying under 16.5 PRA with a 6% ROI. Strong play there with the assumption, of course, that Miami is not covering that number and Gabe Vincent is not standing out as the lone Heat player to contribute. I'm
fine with that. It's a great start to the parlay. It looks like we're going to go and pepper that with baseball. How do you feel about that? I'm okay.
Well, hold on. We may, but the only other option would be to do something we call the reverse anchor and start with Jason Tatum under 44.5 PRA, which grades out. Now it's a 50% chance, but we're getting 5 points back at plus 105. It is beating the market, but it is less of that, or I guess Max Strus over 11.5 points.
Now I don't want to mess around with correlation in the same game.
No, it's one or the other.
Oh, one or the other. Got you. I would rather go with Vincent.
Okay.
He has a 6% ROI here. It jumps off the page. I like that objectively to begin with, and the market on DraftKings is very favorable in that spot.
So normally you and I, this pops up a lot where you could lay 5 legs at minus 500 so long as they are plus EV, because the misconception is that if you jam 10 legs in with minus 1,000 each, that you're making a mistake long term. It is if they're minus EV, but if you find 10 minus 1,000 bets that are each and all plus EV, the parlay's plus EV. It doesn't matter what the return is. Point being, we could go a little crazy here, Ben, and just load up the top 4 plays, make this a 5-leg parlay. I'm just curious, like, what happens? Okay, we add Ramos, we add Wendell, we add Hayes, and we add Chapman. That's now a 5-leg parlay that pays plus 1034 back. And we've got 3 plays in there, 67, 69, 70% X win, where we're laying some juice, granted, but it's not negative EV juice. Now, the other option, real quick, would just be going with 1 base or 2 baseball plays that are not this.
I mean, I'd always defer to ROI. I know these margins are small, so it's really negligible, but I don't care about, that's one of the many, many, many things out there that gets thrown around and not articulated well. Like, if something is minus 200, all that means is that the break-even point is much higher. So you better be clearing that a hell of a lot more than, say, 53% of the time. That's not going to get it done. If you're evaluating, you're saying this wins 80% of the time, it's as good, if not better, than any other bet on the board. Like, it doesn't matter what the juice is. It's all about the chance of success versus the number. And that's something that these tools really help show. So someone like Ramos here, it's like, oh, minus 200. I don't want to bet that. We're saying the X win is 70%. That clears minus 200 with room to spare.
Awesome point. And that's what you're going to get with the other guys on top of that. You're going to get plus EV numbers. Now, again, do you want to do this here? Do you want to add all these guys in, or do you want to find?
Yeah,
something else?
I would add some of these chalky guys, and I would be more than content doing that.
Okay.
Like, I went Vincent, Ramos, Wendell, and Maldonado. And
is that what you went?
That's what I just plugged in on my screen. Vincent, Ramos, Wendell, and Maldonado. You're talking about almost 8-1 for a 4-leg.
And who is the fifth one to add? Chapman?
Oh, you need a fifth one. What? Why do we need a fifth
I
one?
added all 5. Or Hayes. Did you not add Hayes?
I did not.
Kelvin Hayes?
I mean, you could add him, then you're at 12:30.
How many legs is this?
Gabe Vincent.
16 and a half.
Yep. Gabe Vincent under 16.5 points, rebounds, assists. Ramos under 1.5 total bases. Wendell under 1.5 total bases. Maldonado over a half a base. And if you want to add in Hayes as the 5th leg, you can do that as well.
I like this. I like this a lot.
This is the type
Just
of
to be
thing,
fair-
honestly, it's a better round
just
robin than a 5-leg parlay, in my opinion.
That,
But
that's exactly what I'm going to do. Just leave this up here real quick because I need to plug this in so that when this hits, I have the screenshot, can go back and say everything here. So Weddle, right? We're going under for him.
under on total bases in the Marlins game. You've got, yep.
Maldonado's for Houston.
That's obviously the money leg right there because he's minus 105. He has by far the highest chance to lose of the baseball bets. But if he wins, the payout is, of course, better than these minus 175, minus 195, minus 200 bets.
Yeah. Why did you go Maldonado over Chapman there?
I mean, it's negligible. You're talking about 3% ROI versus 4% ROI, and I wanted something more in the minus like 110 range. Chapman's at minus 150. So just personal preference. Again, you're over time, if everything is exactly correct there, you'll make slightly more money with Chapman.
To Brian Hayes, good one too.
Yeah. Again, this is the beauty. While you're plugging that in, I'm just going to give my spiel.
We're missing something here because
what?
There's just no. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
You're missing something, all right, fella. What? It's 5 legs. What's going on over there?
These are in the same game. No, it's not. I stand corrected. I don't know what I'm talking about.
You all right? This is what happens when you watch 4 overtimes in hockey. Everyone, take a look.
Dude, come on, man. I myself, we slammed the 2-leg on BetMGM. We hit the 3-leg parlay of the day. Michael Porter Jr. coming through like a
Michael Porter Jr.
last night. Come on,
follow me
man.
on Twitter at JazzRazDFS. I put that one out on Twitter.
Twitter.
That was a good one.
I put it out on the Discord where people are paying for that shit.
Well,
and you're giving out free stuff.
I like to bring people into your ecosystem. That's what I'm here for. I'm an assist man.
I'm doing a 2-leg, 2-pick round robin, and I'm also just throwing something small down on the
that's a good
parlay.
one. But that's the beauty of the parlay builder. Like you're presented with all these options. A lot of them are the same ROI or very close. So you have the option of saying, you know what? I don't want to bet someone on the A's today. I'm going to take them out. I want to bet the game that I'm watching. Like, hey, I got buddies coming over. We're drinking beers. I'm watching the Yankee game. I want Yankees in my parlay. Okay, find the Yankees with the best expected values and put them in there. Build something like that. So that's my favorite part about it. You're not drawing to one parlay and you can't edit it. Love it.
All right, brother. That's a fantastic look right there at the parlay builder. My goodness. Is there
that's your thing. That's your jam.
Hey, you and I have hit 2 straight. All right. This is a monster. $25 is going to pay back like, 207 or so.
Yeah,
that's
that'll
not
work.
Bad. Right?
Not bad. Yeah, no, that'll work just fine.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So another reminder below, you have this link. I don't know how long this stuff is going to last as far as the free week, the opportunity for you, but we keep using this to win, right? Like we're all using this here to win. That's the whole idea of this. It's not just to push something and push something. That's why we're accessible. You can hit Lofty Greg up on the Chalkboard app. You can find me and Ben and others on the Discord, what have you. So we're all here for you. Social at Shander Show, at JazzRazDFS, all of that. All right. We need a community parlay. We're going to get to all that, but don't think you're getting out of here without giving us the 1-3-8 or the 1-8-3 trifecta for the Preakness, sir?
So the Preakness sucks. It's a terrible race. There's really no getting around it, and it's even worse this year because basically every living, breathing horse said, "Nah, I'm not going. I'll wait for the Belmont." So
except for the Derby winner. We do have the Derby winner.
He has to go.
Not all the time, Ben. Not all the time.
Well, if he's a living and breathing, he would go. They're not going to just if
we've seen that before.
If a horse gets hurt, for sure, but like you have to kind of go. That's the rules. You're going to chase the Triple Crown. So Mage is a heavy favorite. He should be. There will be real competition for him. In the Belmont, some of the horses will come back from the Derby. It's pretty bad, man. I'm not going to lie. I don't know. First Mission and Blazing Sevens are horses and names that I've seen that people are into. I'll give you one horse. This horse, Perform. He's going to be a pretty good price. He's won his last couple races. Obviously wasn't good enough to get in the Derby like any of these horses. By the same sire as Mage. I think he'll like the distance. If you're looking for a price and you want to take a shot against Mage, I think Perform might be the horse for me.
Love it. Love it. You mentioned the one. There's a horse that only had one rated race and won, right? Like very little. Is that the other one that you mentioned, Freedom? Forget it. We'll go to the community parlay here.
There you go. Yeah. Look at that. You can go to DK Horse. And I'm sorry. See, don't listen to me. Go to FanDuel, do that. Black Eyed Susan, yeah, you've got that going on imminently. That horse Fiza is the horse to beat. I don't know anything about her, to be honest, but I know enough that she's going to be the heavy favorite.
Yeah, we've been messing around on that stuff, man.
I had a pretty good Derby all in all.
Not bad. Yeah, you got to get creative with Mage. That's probably what it is. Double.
Yeah, you're going to look at stuff like maybe a Cold Exacta. You put Mage on top of a couple different horses. Or obviously if you think he gets beat, that the work is done for you. Figure out who that is and bet them and put Mage behind them and you'll get real good prices. I just don't really think that that's going to happen.
All right, community parlay here. What's the winner, Mike?
What's the winner? Well, this is good. Now I don't need to worry about my pick because that's gonna go down.
Let's do DraftKings so I can. Oh no, shit! I can't play that.
Here we go.
All right. No, that's fine. I'm good. Whatever.
Go to the ice.
No, you're going to the ice, aren't you?
I might. I might go to college baseball again.
All right, I've
go
been
first. Printing in college baseball. I hate to say it, but
you go first.
Well, what book do you want?
Yeah. By the way, I made a mistake last time. My advice was never to take Brian Bello under, not overs. I don't know what happened. I had some sort of brain issue here. All right, so Miami Heat are going to be in there. That's the first leg. I'm going to hit you with the Washington Mystics plus 2.5 at home. Like them to win outright, but I'm just going to look. The Jaylen Brown turnover prop was the one I would go with, but I'll give you the Mystics plus 2.5 at home.
All right, so Mystics plus 2.5 at home. Let's see if we can pull that on DraftKings.
You can.
Mystics, you can get plus 3. How about that?
Even better.
Mystics plus 3 at home. This is beautiful because this is the spot that I wanted. We will go to the college baseball streets and I'll take the conservative route. I like this little formula we've been doing, by the way. Like you set the table and then I conserve. We're going Clemson minus 155 today. They look good. They're at home. They're the better team. They're playing North Carolina. Not going to get into anything too crazy. This line has been moving up, by the way, but it was at 140. I still like it at 155. Simple as that. Better arms, better bats at home. Get it done.
Just so selfish dropping a 155 in there.
We don't need every like I said, this guy 10 to 1 parlay doesn't even move the needle anymore.
Seriously, man. I'm like Keith Richards.
You better enjoy it too, because as you know, the YouTube ecosphere. You lose 1 or 2 parlays in a row, and it's just like, oh, this bum again. Get this guy out of here. So you better enjoy
I'm ready
this
to
run.
take on the world.
Yeah, take him on. The Jon Snow gif where he pulls the sword against the. Okay, it's you.
All right, my friend.
What is this?
Everybody
out?
Yeah. Plus 499. Yeah. All right, that's fine. That'll work.
It's amazing. If it was 5-1, you'd say perfect. You'd say
exactly.
Oh, perfect.
Exactly. See, you know me too well.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to remind the people on before we get out of here? The free week is below, Ben. You know that. They know that. Take advantage of it. This is a tool that's working.
Tools, plural. It's one of many. We got a million tools on there. It's a great way to bet. You're using the market. You're finding edges. It's doing the work for you. If you don't believe us, go on a chalkboard and ask, hey, anyone use OddsShopper Premium? What do you think? People will tell you what they have done themselves, from free trials to believing in this. So it's a great weekend of sports ahead. That week trial is below if you want it. Lacrosse is tomorrow. I cannot wait. Big time games. I will be talking about that as well, but it's just been a really fun week here. Appreciate all the support. We've just had great support all week from you guys. Spread the word, tell your friends. Let's keep building here. That's what we're about at OddsShopper. We want to build this up and all win together.
Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you Monday. Go Mystics.
Ah, the Mystics.
Good stuff, man.
I was contemplating quitting, but now I'm dripping like a gutter. You know that's where we came from. Yeah, I took a couple L's. Now the only ones I take is when I face some. And I just got a new deal like I'm Taysom. You think it's